SeatGeek. For all your ticketed events, from sporting to concert outings, SeatGeek has you covered. They even conveniently color-coded each ticket on their website from amazing to worst, so you can easily know which are the best deals. SeatGeek, the smart way to buy. Save $20 off your next ticket purchase with the promo code. Hey everybody, I'm your host, Grande Gato, also known as the Big Cat, my cool cat. Put the paws up if you rock with the Big Cat today. We're going to talk about the third episode in the series called The Carolina Panthers' Next Head Coach. And today's next head coach is Greg Roman from the Baltimore Ravens. We'll talk about it, but first, one quick before we get started. Do you love the Carolina Panthers like I love the Carolina Panthers? Yes? No? Maybe? Do you love the Carolina Panthers like I love the Panthers? If you like the Carolina Panthers, give me that dab. We'll talk about what Greg Roman will bring to the Carolina Panthers. Let's get into it.
That boy is good.
Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, click the notification bell so you don't miss the video. Today we're talking about Greg Roman. That's right, offensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. Believe it or not, my man used to work for the Carolina Panthers from 1995 to 2001. Strength and conditioning coach, offensive line assistant coach. So this may be an inkling that he could be coming back home. Now, what does he bring? I'm going to show you guys on tape today. Greg Roman is a guy who uses his tight ends, he uses offensive line, and he uses his running backs, and he uses his mobile quarterback to make them one of the best rushing teams in the damn NFL. Now, if we're going to bring this guy in, like I said, I got to issue a little bit of a caution. Make sure you believe in Cam Newton's ability to run, to be able to run the read option. You also need to have the offensive line. You also need to have hell of a tight end. So, if you don't believe Cam Newton is fully healthy and is going to be able to run, please don't bring him in. Again, like Lincoln Riley, both of these guys' systems are predicated around mobile quarterbacks. If you are going to re-sign Cam, please go ahead and bring some insurance in, whether it be a free agent mobile quarterback or maybe a quarterback through the draft. That's a mobile quarterback, the guy from Utah State, what have you. But you're going to need a mobile quarterback to run this system. And if Cam gets hurt, Kyle Allen is not going to be able to execute it as its full ability. So, with that being in mind, let's say all that does happen. Next thing we're going to have to do, we're going to have to get some hell of a tight ends. This guy's ability to use tight ends in motion. Not only does he put them in motion, he'll shift them back there into the fullback position. He'll release them into the flats. He does a lot of things with these tight ends. These guys block, they get open. Listen, they do hella ball fakes. They do it all, man. So I think maybe get another good tight end in the third round, somebody to go with Ian Thomas, Chris Manhertz. Also, these running backs, they take advantage, and we're going to need some offensive linemen to open up holes. The way he pulls these guys, there's a lot of kicking, there's a lot of wrapping when it comes to blocking. He's a genius with this scheme now. This is a tough, gritty, downhill, run at you in your mouth kind of team. What I'm going to show you today on this tape is not a bunch of passing. Lamar Jackson's number doesn't have a bunch of passing, but it is his ability to draw people in with his legs and take advantage of people with his legs that makes this team special. It is the ability of his tight ends to get out in the open and block. It's the ability of the offensive linemen to get out there and lead block as well. So I'm going to show you what a dominant force looks like when it comes to Greg Roman's offense.
You're going to learn today.
So on this first play, as you look up on your screen, you're going to see these guys lined up in two wide receivers left. You're going to see a tight end go in motion across the screen. Now, when he goes in motion, they're running the read option. Now, the outside linebacker bites down hard. He takes the dive. Now, when he takes the dive, guess what happens? Now you got the middle linebacker who is reading the quarterback. In case he keeps it, that's his responsibility. The tight end that motion across the field, guess what he does? His job is to run off the cornerback so they can create space. Now you're left one-on-one with that linebacker that's quote-unquote spying him, and guess what happens? You're asking the guy to cover somebody who runs the 4-3, 4-4, one of the fastest guys in the NFL, period, to come downhill at an angle and try to get him. Again, beautiful scheme, beautiful blocking scheme. Got the tight end running folks off. Not only that, you also got Lamar Jackson. Again, his ability to draw you in with his feet. Mark Ingram is not a snob at himself, a guy who's a hard-nosed rusher. They use your aggressiveness against you. You cannot be aggressive with this team. You have to sit back and read. And if you sit back and read wrong, they'll make you pay. And that's something he does well. He takes your aggressiveness, uses it against you. You can't go flying upfield to get this team. You have to sit back and think And guess what, man? It takes your ability to react. When you're thinking a lot on the field, your reaction time goes down. And guess what? There's a guy at number 8 back here. His reaction time is perfectly on time.
Hey, take care of this for me, will you?
So in this next play, I'm going to show you how Roman uses dirty eyes by the linebacker against them. They take the tight end. They're in the stagger formation, 2 wide receivers with a tight end stacked behind them. Guess what they do with the tight end? They shift him into a fullback position, which allows you to believe to be what? A power formation. Looks like they're going to draw it right up the middle. But what they do also, they send a wide receiver in motion. Now, Corey Littleton, the linebacker in the middle, number 52, he has dirty eyes. Yeah, bedroom eyes. He scrapes over top. He buys into all that motion and all that shifting. He got your eyes. He got you locked in. So guess what he does? He scrapes over top. He goes out there with the wash. And then what's left out here? You got your outside defensive back who rushes upfield, who believes it could be a bootleg by Lamar Jackson, because that's what they've been saying all night. And guess what happened? That linebacker that got caught up in them dirty eyes, guess what happened now? He believes that it could be a spy. It could be Lamar Jackson faking the boot. By the time he reads and reacts, there's a 300-pound offensive lineman sitting in his chest, and there's a big wide open lane for Mark Ingram, and he takes advantage of it. Again, taking advantage of dirty eyes, taking advantage of using shift, different kind of motions. It's not just about Lamar Jackson. It's the blocking scheme. The way these guys smash mouth football, old school football. This is what Tepper's talking about when he says, I want modern and old. You're using modern techniques to down block and shift and all that good stuff, but you're using old school techniques, but then you're using modern techniques, quarterback keeps, quarterback reads and stuff like that. This is what he can bring to us, all right? Smash mouth football, which eventually leads to passes down the field.
Message.
So next on your screen, he does it out of multiple receiver set. If you look on your screen, he has 3 wide receivers and 1 tight end in the slot. If you look at the defense, they're backed off the ball. Even though this team is a primary running team, you have to respect the fact that they have 3 receivers out there, okay? No defensive coordinator is going to tell you ignore that, just blitz the hell out of them. If they do, they won't have a job long. If you look right here, they put the tight end in motion. He comes across the screen, and he kicks out. He kicks out the linebacker who comes in and plays contain. They kick him out, and if you look behind him, they got the guard wrapping. The guard wraps up in the hole that they made by kicking him out. And not only does the guard make a blocking hole, he climbs to the next level, and he takes out another guy. He gets a 2-for-1 deal. Again, if you're looking at this just off the formation, you're thinking potential pass, potential dive, but you're never expecting a trap. You're never expecting that guy to wrap around. You're never expecting that tight end to do a kick. Again, tight ends are heavy in this offense. Blocking, guards are expected to pull. A lot of down blocking. Sometimes you'll get a tight end to seal off the end. Sometimes you'll get them to down block. Whatever it takes, but they use the hell out of these guys. And again, it's not just Lamar Jackson. It's a smash mouth football.
I need your cooperation. I need it now.
On this next play, what you're going to see is the geniusness of Greg Roman when it comes to using a motioning wide receiver to widen out a linebacker just to give his pulling guard enough time to get over there and block him. If you look up on your screen right here, you'll see in the backfield, you got a running back, you got a tight end as a fullback. It looked like it's going to be a power I formation just straight up the middle, but one little wrinkle, the tight end now checks in on the line of scrimmage. Not only does he get on the line of scrimmage, then they put that wide receiver in motion like I said, and guess what happens? That wide receiver that's motioning, widen out that linebacker just to give that backside guard enough time to smash him. And guess what he does? He smashes him. And then the tight end, that motion to the line of scrimmage. Oh yeah, we forgot about him. Now, because he's able to get rid of his guy, he's able to go to the next level and pick up another guy, which leaves a big hole. The blocking scheme, the way they used wide receivers to allow for time. I mean, this is genius. I mean, this is pure genius, man. You know what I mean? Using a wide receiver to buy time just so your backside guard can get there. Motioning your tight end from a fullback position to the on the line position to create more space and not only get a 2-for-1 again. So again, backside play is critical. Tight end play is critical. Offensive line play is critical. And it's going to be a heavy dose of smash mouth football. You haven't seen one passing play yet. And that's not by being biased or anything, but this is mainly his offense. And all of this sets up for passing. Last but not least, now you're going to see how all this running attack affects the passing game. If you look up on the screen, they got 2 wide receivers set along with 1 tight end. Again, here's some more motion. They motion the wide receiver all the way across the field into the flats. The outside linebacker, guess what? His eyes come up. I believe he has containment. Now the guy behind him, you got 2 linebackers behind him and a safety behind him. And guess what they do? They all bite on the flat. Now, remember that tight end that was in that backfield? Guess what happened? Because everybody got dirty eyes and everybody got containment. Not only do they got containment, they also got the other tight end that motion across the field, or wide receiver that motion across the field. They forget about the one that was sitting there blocking, that released into the middle of the field. Beautiful route combination. Now he's wide open. Even though he fumbles this thing, beautiful route combination. He uses your aggressiveness against you. He will run the ball down your throat. Quarterback keeper, bootleg, power eye, motion here. And then they'll use the motion against you. That wide receiver that motion across the field, he'll release into the flat. That tight end that sit back there like he was going to block, now he's releasing down the middle of the field. And because your defensive backs and linebackers got dirty eyes, you give up a huge play. So again, Greg Roman is the guy. If you're looking for a smash mouth kind of football team, if you're looking for a guy who can get you a lot of rushing yards, not only with your running backs, but with your quarterback, this is your guy. I really like what he can do. The only thing that worries me just a smidget is, can Cam Newton execute this offense and stay healthy in it, all right? Like I said again, I'm going to make it a point again. If you're going to sign this guy, you better bring in a backup quarterback that can execute if he goes down. Because Kyle Allen's not going to have the same effect in this. The main selling point of his offense is mobile quarterback, blocking tight ends, pulling guards, motioning wide receivers, motioning tight ends. That's his scheme. Get your eyes on discipline. Again, after I seen these last 3 candidates, Kevin Stefanski, my man Roman, and also Lincoln Riley, I'm still sold on Kevin Stefanski, but this guy right here makes it obvious, man. If you got the right tools for this kind of guy's offense, it's going to be hard to stop you. I'm your host, Running Got the also on the Big Cat. My cool guy, put the paws up if you rock with the Big Cat. Get in the comment section. Tell me what you think about this smash mouth, old school, with a modern touch on it. I think Tepper would like this as well. Plus, he got Carolina Panthers ties in him, strength and conditioning coach from back in 1995, assistant offensive line coach from 1995 to 2001. So shout out to him. So it could be a little indication there. I'm your host. Make sure you subscribe. Tune into the podcast on Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, Spotify, the whole 9. Let the church say that. Don't forget to subscribe to the Carolina Panthers custom helmet giveaway video in the playlist. Once we hit 5,000 subscribers, I'll be giving away free a $300 retail value Marvel's Avenger Carolina Panthers helmet. Keep pounding.